Hello, Music Multiverse listeners. It's time to go to war. Album Wars 2026, and this is an unusual year. There will be conflict of interest. There'll be age gap issues, all kinds of infiltrations of varieties of music at war. This one, you should hold on to your love tightly and make your argument clear. In this year, one of the greatest produced albums of all time, a considered modern classic that changed music even after Nirvana. One is one of the greatest selling female albums of all time. And this one was the follow-up of one of the greatest produced female albums of all time. And then you've got a rap record from a giant who was already dead. Catchy and probably one of the greatest selling albums of that year. Post-grunge, electronica, hip-hop, trip-hop, and even Pop Princess had an album. This is Album Wars 1997. Our panelists have come to the table today to award decree, bringing their favorite 5 albums of 1997, hoping other panelists will bring theirs that matches. So the more duplication, the better chance the album has for survival to get to the final 8. Then we'll separate 4 and 4 into 2 brackets. Then there'll be continual warfare, bloodshed, albums broken, hearts broken, and then we'll finally get to know which album will reign supreme in the Battle of 97. If you haven't watched, go back. There's a Battle of 1977. Then the Battle of Black. So that was January, February, and away we go. So you already know who's moved on in that regard because they go to the end of the year in a final war. And, of course, go back and watch Album Listen Challenge. We've had 2 of those already, and currently that one that is in the running to get the final spot is by Philip Sayce, and the album is called Spirit Rising. It's a blues record. So let's meet the panel. Oh, no, wait. Before we do that, 1997, Harry Potter's published. Titanic, well, at box office, crushing. Buffy the Vampire Slayer premiered on WB. Paul McCartney was knighted. South Park's first episode. There's the ruin of culture. I love it. Diana, the Princess of Wales, is killed in a car accident in August. In September, we lose one of the most selfless women in history, Mother Teresa of Calcutta. And perhaps that which shows why Sweden has this dark heaviness. In Sweden, more people died than were born in 1997. It hasn't happened since 1809. And okay, on that depressing note, let's introduce the panel. He's our resident Potter, Steve Scouten.
Hello.
Got a green thumb. She's my Buffy the Vampire Slayer watcher, ride or dyer, Susie Q.
Hello.
Yeah, it was him. Oh, wait, no, can't do that. He's not here. All right. Darn it. He's in his own prison over this entire show. Alex Kaluzny.
Foreshadow.
For the first time ever, he was a cheesehead. Green Bay beats New England in the Super Bowl. Jeff Crichton. Bill Clinton named his dog Buddy that year because Jeff Young was already taken. He bought front row seats to the Spice Girls. Ray Geska. No, he didn't.
Wanna be.
All right. Well, it's too bad because Katrina and the Waves actually won Eurovision for the Song of the Year. And the only reason that happens, the United States did not have an entry. And because damn Deb Armitage Maloney didn't send the demo in. But anyway. Let's start off with Susie Q. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All 5.
Okay. None of mine are going to make it tonight. But
maybe
that's a great attitude.
One will. One will.
Hang on a second. Well, this one. Okay, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this one.
Remember, the order is important.
Yeah, I know.
Remember, the order is important.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna go for it. I should probably Anyway, okay, so my number five, this was the second release from this Canadian singer-songwriter. Um, I like her a lot. Got to see her. I thought she was gonna blow up and be something really crazy big, but that kind of sort of maybe a little bit happened. Um, I wish she would have done more because I really liked her voice and just her vibe. Uh, I went with the album Dark Horse, Amanda Marshall. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's hard because she, again, like that was probably my favorite album by her, and
And that was not the popular one.
that wasn't a popular one, but I liked it. Okay, number four. This is such a weird list. I can't believe these people are on it, and yet they are. Um, I went with Let's Talk About Love, Celine Dion. Uh, for me, I don't know. I remember listening to this one a lot. And of course, it has My Heart Will Go On. She also sang with Barbara Streisand, who I was really into at the time, if Mark remembers.
Higher Ground was that year too.
Hmm?
Higher
Higher
Ground
Ground,
for
yeah.
Barbara.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that album. Number three, again,
Three.
three. I don't know, but looking back and what I was listening to a lot, this one was part of that. Um, Global superstar female. I think best-selling country album of all time, maybe. I don't know if that still holds true, but Shania Twain coming over. Um, Lots of fun songs that I was out dancing to.
Enormous album.
Yeah, it
Sure
really
was.
is.
Sure was.
I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't like. Maybe it's because she was country and but you can't deny she has a really great voice and those were all really great songs. So number two, I went with Surfacing, Sarah McLachlan.
Mm.
Wow.
Um,
I was expecting that to be one.
oh yeah.
No, no.
I
No.
wasn't.
Coming.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Thank you for thinking that I might choose differently. I gotta shake things up. I am like too predictable. But anyway,
You gotta be
Not
you.
at all.
this was another one that was on repeat all the time. So definitely Sarah number two and number one. The Color and the Shape, Foo Fighters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
There you go.
Knew it.
I'm not gonna say anything because enough said.
It's a great album.
Do I have to defend it? I know none of these are
Just
gonna make
tell me
the
what your
list,
favorite
but,
song is off the album.
I mean, that's so hard. Like Everlong is such a cool song for a lot of reasons, but I guess if I had to pick, I would pick that one. I probably listen to it the most and all the different versions of it and
Yeah,
lives and all that. So
I thought the deep cuts on that album were fantastic.
it's a great record. Yeah.
How about we go to Ray Geska?
Oh, well,
Ray.
thank you very much for allowing me to go number two. Appreciate that.
mm.
Quick epilogue for
That
you.
sounded terrible.
Full disclosure, 1997 was a tough year for me. For my musical tastes, I was in my final 2 years at an oldies radio station for many years. My last couple of years wasn't buying or listening to any albums, of the day, but I did keep up with a bunch of singles and releases as I was still, in the clubs and in playing music at weddings. So I had to try and stay relevant. But it was more about singles than it was albums.
Right.
The latter half of the '90s just weren't interesting for me. From like '94 to '99, it was a dead zone. Kind of like '60 to '63, going from rockabilly to the Beatles. Kind of like the '90s was going from '94 from grunge and then kind of into other stuff that just never did a lot for me. But hey, I'm gonna still play. So in regards to this first band, um, my eldest Christina turned 3 in 1997. So my daughter, my son Darren, who was 1 at the time, and along with my nieces and nephews, we first connected on music with this with this particular band and this particular album, I used to do a year-end countdown for the kids where on New Year's Eve, everybody show up and I would play back the top 100 songs of the year. So I used to do this a lot, play the songs back. Now, I know you're all going to boo me, and that's totally okay because I don't care. You can go ahead and boo me, but this was the best of all the late 90s boy band albums. It was sending out the best of all the late 90s boy band albums, sending out my kids and their cousins, particularly. Quit playing games with my heart, man. If you would have heard the song before you saw the video, you would have been okay with it. You would have been singing along. Number 5, the self-titled debut, Backstreet Boys.
Ay.
That's you know what? Even if you don't agree that that was good, that was a hell of a cultural pick.
It sure was.
I mean, you didn't pick Hanson, so we're good.
Yeah.
Bob. Ray,
Oh, I'm
keep
keeping
going.
going, right? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Number 4, these albums will never be in my top 100. The overall, my top 5 will never be in my top 100 of all time. This band, though, after this album kind of got lost, they're um, didn't have the same punch as their debut, which was really a good record. But in the post-grunge time of 1997, these guys gave off a different kind of rock vibe. They mixed with a lot of alternative hooks and feels. Their debut truly was a great output. The exposure the album got forced me to like it and to start singing along with all the hits on it. Graduate, How's It Gonna Be, Semi-Charmed Life, Jumper. The latter two with lyrics dealing with really sensitive details. Stephen Jenkins could bring it with his vocals, and he made the music fun, and the sing-along's pretty cool. This is another album debut named after the band. This one is Third Eye Blind.
Nice.
Number 3, another band I connected to through my kids is not a kiddie or a bubble gum pop band. They're certainly different, and they have some of the most sing-along songs in the history of music. My kids and I have seen this Canadian band a number of times. Not for a long time since I last saw them. I just can't get enough singing along to Ordinary Day, and when I'm up, I can't get down, can't get down, can't get level. When I'm up, okay, you get the idea. Can't get down. Along with The Night Patty Murphy Died, legendary. Although Canadian, so to the masses, a lot of folks just didn't know it. It's the End of the World. Donkey Riding. Several other beautiful songs talking about Newfoundland's own Great Big Sea. The album is called Play.
Love it.
Fantastic record.
Good record.
Number 2, if I had to pick my favorite bands of the 80s, I know who it would be. The fact is that they stayed relevant and put out a number of good records in the 90s that made them that much better. They truly melded a bunch of cool sounds in their music. They came out of the gate originally as a kind of a post-punk, new wave-ish kind of band, but then they built upon the sound of the day. Synthesizers, and all along they just kept this funky beat going, man. And it kept them apart from a lot of what you would call contemporaries of the day. This album was after a long period of no releases as well, went a long period. I was in my last years of playing music at Oldies 104, and they moved our radio station into the same home where 97 Rock and 103.3 The Edge were. So we all had to be in there, right? I hadn't heard the band for quite a while, and the music director, Rich Wall from The Edge, actually gave me a promotional copy of this. And it's one of my favorites by the band and a favorite of the 90s. Elegantly Wasted is the title track, as well as the album by INXS. Number 2, and I'll wrap it up because I don't want to bore you too much more. This could be the worst list ever, just so you know. At least for me, it is. I started out knowing that everyone would hate me based on my number 5 pick, and I know they're going to hate me even more for my number 1 pick. Yeah, it's one of the finest heavy rock shows I've ever seen in my life. Huge in the post-grunge era over their first 3 successful albums. This one's another debut from 1997. The themes, according to the lyrics, they say, were about spiritual questions, personal struggle, redemption, guilt, faith, and doubt. For me, it's the heavy guitars and the melodic choruses that got me rocking out to My Own Prison by Creed, my number 1 album of 1997. Thank you.
Steve.
Thank you. So, yeah, I'll go with Razor. This was a difficult year of music to kind of do a deep dive into. You know, there's some good music by some of the old staples. There's some new stuff by virtual teenagers. You know, Ray brought up the Backstreet Boys, and I won't. But there's a lot of great music by the youngsters. But at number five for me is some oldsters. Their 23rd and final album of the 90s. Saw them tour this album. This was a phase when they were kind of going a little more electronic. There was almost a hip hop feel to this album. Anybody seen My Baby has a lot of, kind of weird licks in it. Some of the people they went and a couple good guests on the studio album. Ben Montench from
Heartbreakers.
the Heartbreakers was on this. Jim Keltner, who's been on other stuff of theirs. Billy Preston, who's been with them in different phases since the 70s. But I took Bridges to Babylon by the Stones as my number five album. My number four album, and this is kind of going off the beaten path, and I'll explain why. I typically wouldn't select a live album for something for a year, but I can remember a lot of times saying to people, if you really want to understand this band, because I tried to introduce friends of mine to this band when they quickly became essentially my house band, I would tell them, listen to this album because you will understand my love affair with Gord Downie. The Live Between Us album by the Tragically Hip is something that if you want to tell somebody, hey, you want to hear these guys live? This was their
Yeah.
full release live album, from the Cobo Arena in Detroit. They picked a border city to record it, not by accident. It's just stellar. And Gord goes into other songs on, he does, on New Orleans a Sinkin', he goes into a David Bowie lick on it. It's just fun for me. So number four for me is Live Between Us by the Tragically Hip. Number three to me was the second album by this 15-year-old. Yep, I said he was 15. And it was fantastic in the fact that, a lot of people, when they heard this guy or kid, was saying he was modernizing blues music. And a lot of other folks say he was re-inhabiting blues music because he was doing covers of Good Morning Little Schoolgirl. He was doing Matchbox, the old Ike Turner song. And the title track, Lie to Me, is just a fantastic blues song. So I took number three, Lie to Me by Johnny Lang. Just a fantastic blues album. Number two to me, I agree with Sue. I took her number one is my number two, The Color and the Shape by the Foo Fighters. Kind of the first album was more Dave on every instrument. This is when Pat Smear came.
Yep.
This is when Nate Mendel came. I'll go with Sue with Everlong on my favorite song on the album. I'm a big Monkey Wrench guy, though. I love the song.
Me too.
And that album was Grammy nominated for Best Rock Album, in their kind of first go around. So number two for me, Color and the Shape by the Foos. And I'm gonna tell you right now, none of you will have my number one album. I'm sounding like Mark now. None of you are gonna know this. Now I just need the jacket.
He will laugh.
So this album was these guys' third studio album, but their first one on a major record label, Elektra. This was their definitive album. It's a foundational album in the genre of alt country. A lot of the songs are big. The theme of this album was the way that these guys toured. They toured 200 nights a year.
Yep.
This is
I know where you're going.
Too Far to Care by the Old 97s.
Yeah.
It is one of the best alt country albums ever made. They're fantastic to see in concert. Their studio albums are really, really well done. They're throwback to old Texas, Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys type music, and they come real modern. Rhett Miller and the boys, they got it together. And this, when I went through everything, was my best album in '97.
Good choice.
Thank you.
Rhett Miller makes some good solo albums.
He's something else.
He sure is.
Stuart Ransom Miller.
Jeff Crichton.
Here it is right here. Well, you can't see my face now.
Not yet.
Okay, Ben.
Here's the list. Here it is.
In the palm trees.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going back to when a bunch of us at Warner Brothers used to trade end of year lists. So here goes. I'm going right from that because that's my source. Number 5.
Is that the original list?
Huh?
Is that the original list you've got?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So for my number 5 record, well, I did some juggling here, but my number 5 record, I like it so much. I go back to listen to it. I sent it to Ray last week. So if you liked Beatles era Revolver, if you liked power pop stuff from the 70s, this was their second album that came out in '97, and then it was re-released in '99 and wound up causing a mini stir. But from Austin, Texas, the band is called Cotton Mather, and the album is called Kontiki, Kontiki. It's an outstanding record, and people need to listen to it. It's one of those lost records out there, but it's a great record. It's a good album. Number 4 is an EP, and it's if you love the Replacements, if you love Paul Westerberg, he put out an EP that year under the name Grandpa Boy, and the album's called Soul Proof Monolith. He put out 2 other names. This was an EP. He put out 2 albums under the name Grandpa Boy, but this EP is equals some of his best work, and that's my number 4. Number 3, he got knighted that year, as Mark mentioned, and fresh off of the anthology 3-part series, Paul McCartney put out his best album, and probably this album Flaming Pie is a masterpiece of a record. I like it a lot. Steve Miller shows up a couple times on this record, and Jeff Lynne produced it, and it's got everything from rock and roll to blues to to great pop songs to ballads. Paul's in fine voice on this record. And it's an album he was making as the lovely Linda, his wife, was passing away from breast cancer. So it's an incredible album, really. Flaming Pie by Paul McCartney. Number 2 is probably a record very few, if any, on the panel have heard. It's a band I heard in 1990 when I was out in San Francisco, and I heard their first album in a record store, and I had to have it right on the spot. And they were playing it in the store, and I asked what it was. Do you have any more copies? No, we don't. This is our only copy. I said, okay, I'll buy it. And they said, well, we can't sell it. And I said, well, why are you buying it? Why are you playing it? If you don't have any copies in the store, why are you playing it? And I said, I'll tell you what, I like it so much. I will give you double the price for it. And he wouldn't. The guy stupidly still wouldn't sell it to me. But anyway, I wound up liking this band a lot. I have every single one of their albums, and their album from 1997, "Songs from Northern Britain" by Teenage Fan Club, is my number 2 album. And they're one of my favorite bands of the 90s, right up there. And my number 1 album from 1997, this musical icon, genius, maybe the greatest songwriter of all time. After a lull in action, he put out a tremendous album that wound up winning Grammy Album of the Year. Not that that matters, but it was cool that Bob Dylan finally won. That might have been his first Grammy, but Time Out of Mind is my number 1 album from 1997.
Cool. Jeff,
You are, and this is a compliment. You could be like the Paul Harvey of our group, where you'd be like, "Hello, Americans. You know what the news is, and my top 5 in a minute. You're going to hear the rest of my 150 runner-ups." Page 3.
I won't go there with honorable mentions. Thank you,
Jeff Young. It's you.
Alrighty then. Well, let's see. I'm gonna do number 5 is gonna be coming in with, the only way I could really whittle it down is what did I listen to the most. So this is kind of how I did it. I went with Econoline Crush, The Devil You Know. Almost every song is like a song you definitely won't skip over. It's a good number of songs. It's just a good rock album. If you never heard this album and you listen to it, you'd be like, immediately be like, okay, yeah, this is a 90s album. It has a 90s atmosphere around it, what they were doing with some of the vocal distortion and stuff that a lot of different friends were doing. But it's just good vocals, ballads, straight ahead rock songs. It's just good. So number 4, I'm going with Days of the New debut album. It's kind of like the acoustic grunge, but it is an excellent album. Again, good vocals, and every song sounds different, even though, yeah, they're all basic acoustic pieces, but it's got the kind of a rock flavor. They're just all excellent. Let's go with 3. Matthew Good Band, Underdogs.
Nice.
great album.
I can't tell you how many times I listened to this over and over and over and over and over. It's just solid the whole way through. And that was more or less my introduction to the band. Number 2, I guess I'm going to just go with, what was it? I guess I'll just go with Radiohead, OK Computer. I just remember being really surprised at that album, and it's still surprising. And then number 1, I went with The Tea Party, Transmission. After their previous album, Edges of Twilight, I was looking forward to this album. I had no idea it would be as good and so different, but it is.
All good picks.
Alex.
Well, I can tell you right now, I spent a painstaking amount of time on this choice. And by painstaking, I mean I did this all in the most amount of haste you'll ever see. But I came up with a hell of a list of about 15 albums that I was finally able to whittle down to 6. And I almost want to leave one of my favorites off out of spite because I don't know if it's going to make anyone else's list. And it's a damn good album. You know what? Curveball time. I'm going to throw it in there.
Oh, wait. Hey, Mark.
Yes.
I realized what one I deleted in accident. So,
so what
take off
changing?
Radiohead. No Radiohead.
No Radiohead.
We're going with Big Rack and Loving Memory of.
Oh my gosh.
Damn it,
every
Jeff!
song is great.
Jeff's throwing my curveball a curveball.
So that's your number 5, Alex?
Well, my number 5 is one that definitely is not getting said tonight. And I think actually as I realized how many tracks on it that I've revisited in past the year 2000, how much I actually kind of strangely like this album. I give it a little bit of credit because he was doing a little bit of a dual acting and musician thing at the time. We're going to go Big Willie Style by Will Smith. For the rap albums that came out that year, that one was a fun one. I'm not saying it was the greatest masterpiece ever produced, but
I like Will Smith. It's good.
my number 4 was Transmission by the Tea Party. As if I don't get my influences from these panelists, you're about to see a whole heck of a lot more of them. My number 3, and almost got left off the list, but I really fought long and hard of whether I was going to boot off one of my favorite albums for this, and I did. It is So Much for the Afterglow by Everclear. I was very impressed by that album. I thought that one lasted much longer than 1997 in everyone's ears. Jeff, you jumped in on me on one that I was expecting to get left off by everyone else, so I was hoping to kind of be the one to throw it in there. In Loving Memory of by Big Wreck was my number 2. And Jeff, once again, Underdogs by Matt Good, number 1. That one was hands down the easiest pick for me to make number 1.
Cheers.
Although I will say, I thought long and hard about Tub Thumper by Chumbawamba. That one, I wrestled with that. It should have made it for having one of the best songs of all time. And by best songs, I mean one of the most annoying, and you'll never forget it once you hear it. Then again, if we're going to go by singles, Blur having their self-titled album and song 2 should also be in there, and that's just recency bias of being a Sabres fan and having to hear it 8 times last night.
Add those to the list of songs you've heard more than Happy Birthday.
100%.
This list could have been all Canadian.
Could have.
I know. Mine definitely could have, too. I mean, I left a couple nice ones out.
Yeah, both of you did. I'm terribly disappointed. Incredibly disappointed. Ridiculously disappointed.
We'll see. We'll see whose wins.
All right. So my number 5 is Clumsy from Our Lady Peace.
That was my 6.
My number 4 is Time Out of Mind by Bob Dylan. Fantastic record.
Yep.
And he just got better and better. Incredible. My number 3 is my favorite band of now and all time right now. I do believe they're better than Led Zeppelin. Wow. I've seen them live, and they are massive. And they are and I will take anybody and pay for their ticket and have them say that they think they suck, and I'll pay for it. That's Transmission by the Tea Party. There is no one that plays like them, does what they do in 3-man band. They're better than Rush. No question.
In your opinion?
Just they don't have to play a stadium, but whatever. Number 2, the most disappointed I am in the history of this show. Holly McNarland, Stuff.
I don't remember that was 97.
It's a 1997 record.
I probably would have had that in my 5.
Angsted young woman's record when Sue was talking about this individual not going as far as she thought they would have gone. I thought for sure she was saying Holly McNarland.
That's okay. We get to vote for it.
No, it's number 2. We'll have to see if it makes it. And my number 1 is OK Computer by Radiohead. It is a prog classic. There's nothing like it in that era around it. People have tried to duplicate it. Just hasn't been. Even ska bands have tried, not ska, reggae bands have tried to do it that way too. They're the whole album by the Easy something All Stars, Easy All Stars. But those are my 5. So I'll get to the listing here to get everything together. So you can.
It's gonna be kind of crazy.
The album with the most votes is Transmission by the Tea Party. That's number 1. Facing that at number 4 will be Creed's My Own Prison.
Oh, that's got a real chance.
Number 2 is album on that side is the Time Out of Mind by Bob Dylan. And that will face In Loving Memory of by Big Wreck. On the other side, our number 1 was actually The Color and the Shape because of its placing It will go up against Too Far to Care by the Old 97s.
Mm.
The number 2 album was Underdogs by Matt Good, and that will go up against the only number 1 after that is OK Computer. So we'll go back to the left. So we have Time Out of Mind versus In Loving Memory of. Time Out of Mind, In Loving Memory of. Sue, start us off.
Okay, wait a minute. Time out of mine.
Bob Dylan. In Loving Memory of, Big Wreck.
I'm gonna give it to Dylan.
Ray.
Begrudgingly, instead of passing, I will take Bob Dylan.
Steve.
I'll also take Time Out of Mind.
Jeff cried.
Tough one. Dylan.
Jeff Young.
I mean, isn't it already won? Didn't everyone just say Dylan?
Yeah, I'm just getting your pick.
I'll say Big Wreck.
Go with Dylan. And I'm Dylan.
I'm with Mr. Young. I'm going to take Wreck just to not make it as
5-7. All right, good. That's good. 5 and 2, 7. Yeah. Okay, now Transmission taking on Creed's My Own Prison. So I will go with the Tea Party going backwards. Alex.
Tea Party. Transmission takes it.
Jeff Young.
Tea Party,
Jeff Crichton.
please.
Tea Party all the way.
Steve Scott.
I'll also take the Tea Party.
Right.
Tea Party versus who?
The Creed, My Own Prison.
Oh, Creed.
Sue.
Tea Party.
All right. So it'll be Transmission versus Time Out of Mind. And it would be Sue to start. Tea Party versus Bob Dylan.
I'm gonna go with Tea Party.
Right.
Tea Party.
Steve.
Bob Dylan.
Jeff Young. Or no, Jeff Crichton. Sorry. Jeff Crichton.
There's absolutely no contest in this. Bob Dylan.
Jeff Young.
I will say Transmission, Tea Party.
Alex.
I too will go with the Tea Party.
We'll go with the Tea Party. It's a very difficult contest considering you've got a band versus a soloist. You know,
Well,
two
Pride's
different-
right, but I'm picking a favorite,
Oh.
not the best.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, that's kind of where I'm at. Brighton's right, but it's my personal favorite.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Still doesn't make him feel any better. It's okay.
That's some Alex's stale pretzels.
It's all right. 3 of the greatest albums of that era are not even on this list. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the right side. We'll start off with Underdogs by Matthew Good Band versus OK Computer. OK Computer for me. Back to Alex.
I'm gonna go Underdogs.
Jeff Crichton. Or no, Jeff Young. Sorry. going back.
Underdogs.
Jeff Crichton.
Matthew Good because he's good.
Steve Scouten.
I'm gonna take OK Computer. That was a great album.
Ray.
Matthew Good.
Sue.
Underdogs.
All right. And now the color and the shape will go up against the old 97s. Too Far to Care. Foo Fighters and old 97s. Gee, Sue, start us off.
Yeah.
I didn't know who Sue would pick for this one.
Yeah, it's a toss.
I'm just gonna go with the Foos.
Okay, yeah. And let's go to Ray.
Old 97s.
Steve.
Both. This is too hard.
Wrong answer.
This is it was my number one, so I'm going to go with the old 97s.
Go. Wait, stick with it. Jeff Crichton.
You know, the Foo Fighters, that record is so great, but how can you not pick the old 97s for the Battle of 97?
That's kind of interesting, yeah.
That's some
Yeah.
sound
Fair
argument
point.
right there.
There it is. All right. Jeff Young.
Having said that, I'll probably go with Foos.
Hold on. I got Sue's double-sided coin. Heads, it's the Foos. Tails, it's the Foos.
I want to stay friends with
That's the
I'm
Foos.
picking Foos.
All right.
Okay. I don't know the old 97s, and I feel really bad about that.
I don't either. Kind of hard to pick one.
It's a deep study you need to
You
do.
should. Yeah, they're
Yes.
great. They're really good. Man.
Don't start with Rhett Miller as a solo artist. Go right into
No,
the old
start with the
97s.
old 97s early.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna
Start with
stand
them
my ground.
early old 97s.
I'm gonna
But
stand my ground. There was no way I was picking against the album that got me into albums.
Yeah, understandable.
I will go with the Foo Fighters because I have to live in this house.
Right. Yes.
I would say, it's two totally different records. That's a kind of a cool battle.
That's a hell of a matchup.
Maybe we do that for Elmore. Oh, it's the Foos versus the old 97s rematch. No, okay. Now we will go to the color and the shape. Will now go up against Matthew Good.
Oh,
And underdog. So this will not be easy for most people. I am going to say the color and the shape for me. Underdogs is still not my favorite in the catalog by any means. Back to Jeff Young.
Underdogs.
Jeff Crichton.
I'm going to name Freddie Johnston's album, Never Home.
Oh, I like that record.
Yeah, that's a good record. It's the Foos against the Good.
Matthew Good band, Underdogs.
The Foos, by far.
It's going to Alex. Sorry, I skipped you.
no, you're not. You're not sorry. Oh man,
Yeah, tough one, huh? Now you know how the old 97 guy feels.
I hate this matchup so much.
Matthew Good might be watching, but the Foo Fighters won't.
You never
Yeah,
Get them both
know.
in your list.
But the downside is that Matthew Good ain't coming to tour Buffalo anytime soon. Nor are the Foos, but the
Go to
reason's
Cleveland
better.
with,
They'll be in
Steve.
Cleveland.
In all honesty, Color and Shape was the more complete album.
I see Tea Party's coming to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, Fallsview Casino. Steve Scouten.
Also just announced Marcus King is coming to the city.
Oh.
I like him. I will take the Foo Fighters.
Ray.
I don't really know either album, but I'll just go with the Foo Fighters.
Okay. Sue. Did he just get kicked off?
Oh no.
Man.
He'll be back.
Was he Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Well, I love Matthew Good, but that's not my favorite Matthew Good album.
No.
But either way, it's the Foos.
I think the toughest part is that it might be my favorite Matthew Good album.
Is it?
It might be. There might be one other, but Matthew, if you're listening, I plead to you. We're still southernmost Ontario. You can come here.
Yeah.
Well,
And
apparently
I should say, I appreciate I just love hearing him sing. Like he could sing anything.
he is a
really,
great singer.
but
He makes depression sound not depressed.
right.
He also controls Jeff Crichton's Wi-Fi, though, apparently.
All right, so we're getting to the final battle, which will be between the Color and the Shape by the Foo Fighters versus the Tea Party's Transmission.
Boy.
Good luck to all those
This
involved.
is literally Mark versus Sue.
Listen, my feelings don't get hurt, so you go with your guts.
All right. So it
I'm
starts
good
with you
for that.
anyway, Sue. So
I'm just gonna stick with my foos.
sticking with the
But
food.
I also love the Tea Party, so
Mr. Crichton is back.
Yes, excellent. Next up is Ray Geska. He's guessing on the color and the shape, and I don't know if he knows transmission.
Jeff, did you have to go adjust your dish on your roof there?
it's very windy there.
Foo
Yeah.
Fighters.
Very
Foo.
Foo. Steve.
I will also take the Foo Fighters. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now we're over to Jeff Young. Or
Tea
no,
Party.
no, Jeff Crichton. Jeff Crichton, you're right.
What's this battle? Foo Fighters versus who?
The
Tea Party.
Tea Party's transmission.
Foos.
Jeff Young.
Tea Party.
Alex.
Staying consistent. Foos.
Tea Party. Well, there it is. Sue has finally conquered. The Foo Fighters are now eligible in the final album war. I don't know how this worked out again. They lost to the Goos, but they beat Tea Party. That's why you watch these
March
shows,
Madness.
because you never know what is gonna happen. What albums are gonna be forgotten? Who didn't show that could have changed everything? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well,
Well,
hey,
was it Will Smith?
yes, Will Smith came in a close 92nd. We'll do this again in a month. What will the album war decree be? On the Battle of 1987.
Oh boy.
Oh, gee.
Oh,
Forget it. The Joshua Tree wins, hands down. See ya.
It's a better year right off the bat.
The Joshua Tree wins, hands out. Okay,
Okay.
next.
Have to go to
Jeff's
next
prediction.
another year, though. Jeff just called that one off.
So we'll do the Battle of 1987. I'll thank the panelists for doing this tonight. We're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, of course, albums, bands, artists, anything we get our hands on to do articles, videos, and a podcast that'll be coming never. Go Beyond Your Radio with us, a real music appreciation channel. Thanks for watching and happy listening.